It was supposed to be an ordinary school trip, the kind where kids complain about the bus ride, take blurry photos, and leave with a fridge magnet from the gift shop. But for one student, the trip never ended. 16-year-old Brianna Delaney vanished during her class field trip and was never seen again. It happened on a cool October morning in 2014 in the small town of Fayette Hollow, Pennsylvania. Brianna was one of 28 students from her history class visiting the old Whitmore settlement, a local pioneer museum surrounded by woods. According to teachers, Brianna boarded the bus like everyone else. She wore a gray hoodie, jeans, and a pair of Converse sneakers with worn-out soles. She sat alone, headphones in, looking out the window at the passing trees as the school bus pulled away from the parking lot. The ride lasted just under an hour, and by 10:45 a.m., the class had arrived at the museum. Students filed out, laughing, taking selfies, cracking jokes about the old log cabins and butter-churning demos. Brianna stayed quiet, trailing behind the group, always close but never quite involved. She was seen in several group photos taken near the blacksmith's forge, always in the back, half smiling. Inside the museum, she wandered between exhibits: hand-carved tools, faded quilts, journals from the 1800s, a glass display case with a doll missing one eye. One classmate remembers her staring at the doll for too long. At 12:20 p.m., the group took a lunch break outside by the old barn. Brianna sat on the far bench, unpacked a peanut butter sandwich, and barely touched it. Another student said she kept looking toward the tree line behind the picnic tables. No one thought much of it until later. At exactly 1 p.m., the lead teacher called out, 5 minutes until roll call. Most students tossed their wrappers and headed to the parking lot. Teachers performed a head count and recounted, and again. They were missing one student, Brianna. At first, they assumed she'd gone to the restroom or doubled back to the gift shop. Staff searched the bathrooms, the back garden, the small barn museum. Nothing. After 15 minutes of searching, they called her name across the grounds. No answer. The museum had closed-circuit cameras. The footage showed her walking out of the main building at 12:06 p.m. She passed the picnic area. Then she disappeared around the side of the barn. She was never seen again. Police were called immediately. Officers arrived by 2:30 p.m. and began canvassing the property. The wooded trail behind the barn was thick with overgrowth. Dogs were brought in to track her scent. They caught something faint about 50 yards in, but then lost it near a small creek. No footprints, no clothing scraps, nothing out of place. The students were detained briefly for questioning. None of them had seen her after lunch. Some thought she'd gone back inside. Others assumed she was still by the bench. A few didn't notice she was gone at all. Her backpack was found in the grass near the barn's rear corner. It was zipped, untouched. Her phone was inside, powered off, wiped clean of fingerprints. Her sandwich was still in its plastic bag. Her water bottle was full. There were no signs of a struggle. No screams were heard. No damage to the area. It was as if she stepped off the face of the earth. The search extended into the woods and surrounding properties. Helicopters scanned from above. Dive teams checked a nearby quarry pond. Nothing. Her family was devastated. Brianna had no history of running away. Her social media was normal. She had friends, good grades, no disciplinary issues. She'd been excited for an upcoming fall dance and had already picked out a dress. Her mom said she'd been saving for a new pair of boots. There was no note. Her journal mentioned typical teen things: stress about grades, a crush on someone in her math class. No red flags. One detail stood out. She had Googled, "How far can someone walk in 1 hour?" the night before the trip. That alone wasn't enough to draw conclusions. 2 weeks later, a maintenance worker found something behind the barn. A pink hair tie with a faded peace symbol, the kind Brianna wore often. It was clean, tied neatly around a branch 6 feet off the ground. Too neat. Police believed it had been placed there, possibly as a message or a taunt. No DNA was found on it. Her case went national. News outlets ran the story for days. The footage from the museum was broadcast, along with a plea from her parents. "Brianna, if you can see this, we just want you home," her mother said, crying on live TV. A reward of $25,000 was posted. No one came forward. No suspects were ever named. Some believed she was taken by someone who knew the trail system well. Others thought she wandered off intentionally. Theories ranged from a planned escape to a stranger hiding in the woods. But with no leads, the trail went cold. Her locker at school remained untouched, her books still stacked neatly, a photo of her and her mom taped inside. Every year, on October 17th, the school holds a moment of silence. Her parents still visit the trail each fall, hoping to feel something, hoping for a sign. The bench she sat at during lunch has since been removed, but the tree line remains, still, silent, and unsolved. No trace. No answers. Just one girl who never made it back to the bus. What really happened during those final minutes? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that were never seen again.